Hello, welcome back to Big Fellas. How you doing, Mark?
Yeah, good mate. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Really good. Yeah, mate. Let's. We're going to talk about Mounjaro today and the incoming price increases. But
Yeah,
before we do, what were you doing on Monday night, Mark?
I was playing football up at Man v Fat like I often do. We got battered, unfortunately. I think we lost 7-1. Had this new player in the team. He was shit, to be honest. That didn't help.
Yeah, that would be me. I don't think I really changed the dynamic too much. I think the score would have been fairly similar. But yeah, tough game. But look, for people that listen to this podcast, we have a great promotional code. Man v Fat is a weight loss scheme where you play football, you lose weight, and if you're losing weight and you're eating well, then you get extra goals and your team can ultimately go on and win the league. It's fantastic. Both me and Mark clearly playing it. So what's the code, Mark?
So when you go to sign up, if you put Big Fellas into the voucher code, you can get your sign up for just £1. It's
Wow.
not bad, is it?
It's less than the price of a beer. You can't even buy half a pint for that now.
Can't even get half a pint now. I mean, you'd be lucky to go in and get a Diet Coke in the pub for £1 these days, I think, wouldn't you?
You might get a can in a shop. So yeah, you use the code Big Fellas upon sign up. We really do recommend it. Both me and Mark are playing it for a couple of years now at least, and it's fantastic. It will certainly hold you accountable. But today we're here to talk about Mounjaro, aren't we, Mark? Well, not necessarily Mounjaro, but the weight loss jabs.
Well, it is Mounjaro. I'm not sure if the prices amongst other weight loss jabs have been affected or if it is just Mounjaro. But yes, the news came out in the past couple of weeks that the price is going up, isn't it? And quite significantly.
It is, and actually going back to that, that's a really good point because you got Wegovy as well. So Ozempic, for those that don't know, is you get that through your doctor if you suffer with diabetes, and that's prescribed generally speaking. Then you've got Mounjaro and Wegovy. Now, it's strange because I was talking to someone about this earlier, actually, Mark, and on a website they read, this person I was speaking to, that with Mounjaro you can lose up to 25% of your body weight, they're saying. With Wegovy, it makes the claim of 20%, but I thought they were the same thing.
I thought Wegovy is the weight loss version of Ozempic. That's my understanding of it. Mounjaro is a different drug altogether, but they are both GLP-1s. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's right. So essentially they work in the same way.
Yeah.
I don't really understand why one's claiming a slightly better outcome than the other, but yeah.
Who knows? Again, it's slightly different takes on the same thing, and they've done different experiments. They make different claims, I guess, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. But today we're here to talk about the price increase. And as Mark has already said, this was announced a few weeks ago. I believe the company that supply it essentially to all these pharmacies in the UK is called Eli Lilly. And the price for private patients could be going up by 170%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's going to make it unaffordable for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's quite a chunk, isn't it? As you know, I did sort of dabble with it at the start of the year, and I bought mine through MedExpress. And literally minutes before us coming on here, I told you I just got an email come through from MedExpress, just with an explanation from their CEO and.
Read it, mate. Read it. Let's get it read.
And a rundown of the new prices. So this is with MedExpress, and this is what they're saying. So an important pricing update from our CEO, which says, "Hi there, I'd like to start with a huge thank you for your patience over the past week. I know this news has been difficult, and I want to reassure you that our team is working hard to support you through these challenges. Where are we today? As you know, Eli Lilly has confirmed that prices will be increasing across all doses. Here's what we expect our prices to be based on what we know today. We wanted to share this with you as quickly as possible so you have time to think about your next steps with your treatment." And then it then goes on to give a table of the new projected pricing. So it has the current price and then the future price. So starting with the lowest dose, 2.5 milligrams, current price is $149.99, and it's going to go up to $179.99. It will still start at $149.99 while stocks last, but it will go up to $179.99. Then the next step up. Currently it's still $149.99, and it's going to go up to $199.99, so effectively £50 increase. Step up again to 7.5 meg, it's $169.99 going up to $249.99. So that seems to be a real sort of increase there. 10 milligram, 189.99 going up to 279.99. 90 quid up on that one. 12.5 milligram, 199.99 going up to 299.99. 100 quid up. And then 15 milligrams, so that's the top tier dose, 109.99 going up to 309.99.
Blimey.
That's quite a jump, isn't it?
It is, mate. Yeah, and at £300 a month, because that's what we're talking about here. Every month, it's that extra £110. That's another over £1,200 a year, over £1,300 a year, to do this. And we know as well, don't we, from the podcast, that for the vast majority of people that go onto the weight loss drug, when they come off, the weight comes back on. So it's a lot of money to pay for what could be a temporary fix, I think. But yeah, interesting.
Before we sort of dive into that, do you know what the reason is for the price hike? It just seems that it's not like this isn't inflationary after all, is it? It's not like it's gone up like 3% or something. This is a massive whack. What's your take on what's happened here, mate?
Yeah, so there's a few reasons. So, did a little bit of research before we come on. Essentially, when they launched it in the UK, it was cheaper than the rest of Europe. It was cheaper than the United States, and that was to deal with the initial, I suppose, getting up and running. It wouldn't be uncommon for a company to say, do you know what, we'll take a bit of a hit to start with, and then we'll make more profit later. And
promotional pricing and all that, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So they're now thinking, well, we've got the market essentially, and we can do this. So if you look in Europe, it is actually more expensive, always has been, and it will probably be. I imagine if you look, it will probably be in line with the prices that you'll be paying after September. If you look in America, it's even more expensive. I think it's important to add here that the NHS supply will not be affected. So more of your tax money won't be going to pay for that prescription for someone, and if you do get it for healthcare reasons and it's prescribed, which I think is really hard to do from what I've been told, the good news is that you'll still get that through the NHS. To coincide with that, mate, Donald Trump's government are very inward looking. They see the American people as getting a bad deal. Why on earth are the people in the UK paying less for a drug that's American manufactured? Why are we essentially subsidizing UK people in the UK to take the drug? And there was some complaints made there. And I think there's a bit of political pressure as well. So yeah, it's interesting. And I kind of get that. If I was an American and I was seeing British people paying £100 up to £220 for the jabs, and the American people, I've heard they're paying about $1,000.
Shit, is it that much?
Yeah, mate, if I was in government, I'd be saying to the same company, well, hang on a minute, you're an American company, you serve the American people first and foremost. As shit as that is for us in the UK, I do kind of get it from their perspective.
Donald Trump's fault then, shall we say?
Well, yeah. I mean, ultimately, he's elected by the American people to serve the American people, not the British people. What I do wonder, though, and I think we spoke about this on Monday night on the way back from football, actually, Mark, is that, I don't really understand like patent laws and how that works in the healthcare industry, but will that, UK has a huge medical industry. We're very, very well respected across the world for medicine research and stuff like that. So is there something coming from the UK where, from a business perspective, this will surely open up a bit of a door to say, well, actually, we can do that cheaper.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Like the likes of AstraZeneca got something up their sleeve ready to drop. I don't know, and that's certainly, I'm not sort of making any kind of rumours there, but
yeah,
it does make, there may well be something in the European medical field that's going to compete with this. And ultimately, if there are more options that become available, then that should increase competition and, in theory, drive down prices. There's a basic take on economics for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't want to get onto that on a podcast, but yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Ultimately, supply and demand. At the end of the day, mate, there's millions of people using it in this country now, and millions when you think we're only a population of about 65 million is quite remarkable.
Yeah.
It's very common. I know lots of people using it.
I've heard about 20% of the population have tried it or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. So on this podcast, 50% of us have.
Well, yeah, that's right. And if we stretch out into sort of like our families and that, I think we know a couple more people that have given it a blast. So it's it's widespread, and I think we all know, everyone knows someone that's tried it or on it and has lost weight with it and succeeded with it. And we've had losers on recently, Michael Burke, for example, who's lost 6 stone on it. So
yeah,
this is the thing; it is working, and I guess it comes down to the perceived value for the user, really, doesn't it? And it's like, are they going to put on? Like I said, let's look at these sort of examples. Say you're on 7.5 milligrams, and then the next month you'd step it up to 10 milligrams. That's my understanding. You step up the doses as you go along. So you've spent $169.99 this month on the 7.5 milligram dose. Next month you're going to have to fork out $279.99 for the 10 milligram.
Well, are you? Because the reason I say that is because we started this episode by saying Mounjaro, Wegovy. Now, Wegovy isn't expected to be rising in the same price.
Okay.
So, I think a lot of people, well, no, I don't even think people, because ultimately, mate, we don't give a shit what jab we get. It's whether it's the GLP-1 and whether it's going to ultimately go on to lose weight. Wegovy isn't projected to be rising. So I think what you'll see is a lot of suppliers will simply change from one supplier to another.
Yeah.
They've said that the price rises won't come into effect till September. The problem is, being a medication, you can't stockpile it. So you can't go out now before that September and buy, like, as a supplier, 100 million doses or something like that, because there'll be a date attached to them and, you'd end up with a load of stock that goes to waste. But Wegovy, I think, is the way it's going to go. So if you're thinking about doing the jabs, you're listening to this podcast, I'd strongly suggest that, Mounjaro, I think, is more the keyword, Mark. I don't know if you'd agree with that. That's become a bit of a household name.
That's certainly here. It's certainly the most popular one. And certainly from people I've spoken to and from my own experience and what I've seen available. So, yeah, that seems to be the household choice in the UK. Now, maybe, that I don't know. How does Wegovy sort of compare price-wise? Do you know?
It's a lot cheaper than the price rises. I don't know. The person I was talking to today is looking to start the jabs very soon. I don't want to name them because I don't know whether they'd be happy with it or not.
No, that's fair enough. And they're going on to Wegovy, are they then?
Yeah. So basically, the supplier that they found didn't even give them the option. It's like, here's Wegovy. And
okay.
They sort of picked up on that and go, I thought it'd be Mounjaro. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
In the research before I did this episode, one of the things that obesity specialists have been saying is that due to the rising cost of Mounjaro, they think a lot of people will go on to Wegovy, which is expected to remain more affordable.
Okay.
Now, I don't think people care what the brand is. At the end of the day, it's a very similar or the same injection.
No.
So what I would suggest, if you listen to this podcast, if you're looking at doing it, is just to do that research, compare the prices, because I don't think there's a lot in it. Have a look for yourself, understand what both jabs are. But absolutely, look, if you're going to be saving yourself 50, 60, 70, 80 quid a month, whatever it's going to be, taking Wegovy, because the brand is slightly different, it's gone through the same testing processes. I believe, there's obviously always going to be potential risk when you put foreign things into your body, but I don't think there's a lot of difference between them, and you might just be saving yourself a lot of money.
Yeah. At this point as well, we should probably say, if you're going to do it and you're unsure, speak to your doctor first. Make sure you do some bona fide research and understand what you're doing. I think we should just say that for.
We don't want to get sued.
Yeah, basically.
No, absolutely. With any medication, anything that you put into your body, it's always best to seek medical advice.
Of course.
And also, the other thing I'd say to that is make sure you go to a reputable, a reputable supplier.
Yes.
Check them out, do your research, make sure you're getting it from someone like MedExpress that Mark was talking about. I know you did your research.
Yes, I bought mine through MedExpress.
Yeah. But I think what this will do is it will make people look around a lot more for cheaper alternatives. And again, quite naturally with that, there will then be some dark players out there who are perhaps not supplying the proper product. So just be mindful of that, mate. I'd rather pay more and be safe.
Yeah, but I said even now there's some sort of black market sellers going around, and someone I know tried to offer me something not so long ago, and it was like 2-3 bottles, and you had to mix it all together, and I was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'd rather not. I just want to know I'm having a dose, and that's what it is. But I was wondering, just sort of like, let's talk about sort of the implications though of this. So like I said, is this going to make sort of weight loss a luxury? Is it going to leave people that are the rich will be able to stay thin because they can take this jab, and the poor are going to get fat because they can only afford shitty ultra processed food?
Yeah. Well, it's definitely going to feed into that argument, isn't it? Is that there's going to be an element of pay for it, and ultimately there will potentially be more cost to us all, because quite naturally people who want it, if they can't afford it, they might try and get it through their GP. They might try and convince their GP to give them the prescription. It will mean more appointments are being made for that purpose. There's definitely going to be an impact, mate, and there's definitely that concern that this will become that. Have you? It reminds me. Have you ever seen South Park?
Plenty of times,
yeah. They've done one on the weight loss jab, and it's worth watch, mate. It's really funny. And yeah, essentially, it will do that. It will. I think it will make it out of a lot of people's reach.
So I guess it then goes back to, well, the way I see it with weight loss, whichever route you take in today's world, there's going to be some form of investment, almost monetary investment. Either you go into the gym, you've got a gym membership, you're eating sort of like super clean, you're buying organic food, so your food costs that much more. You do something like I did and go on a Cambridge weight plan, that's going to cost you more money. Interestingly, that would make, the Cambridge weight plan, mine came to $240 a month on the level I was on. So that makes it cheaper than
the higher doses.
Yeah, pretty much. From 7.5 going up to 250. So yeah.
And I think as well that what will happen is that a lot of people will start the lower doses, which are naturally cheaper because you've got less of it in there, and then they won't want to move up like you perhaps should or need to continue that weight loss.
Yeah.
So
it may not have the same effect then, and then you're probably wasting your money then, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't really understand it well enough to know whether it's still going to suppress your appetite. It might help you lose a bit and then maintain that loss. Potentially, I don't know.
Yeah, potentially, I don't know.
Should have been a doctor.
But I think this is an opportunity for sort of other weight loss options to really fight back, I guess, like Cambridge Weight Plan, like Slimming World, like, Weight Watchers. I think they're gone now, aren't they?
Man v Fat.
Man v Fat, yeah.
By the way, we got a promo, big fellas, when you sign up.
Yes, definitely. So, which is good, I think. And yeah, like I said, the one thing that we've spoke about a lot of on this podcast is there's more than one way to lose the weight. And certainly we've not gone hell for leather on the jab on here. We've talked about it, and we've talked about a couple of episodes, but it's certainly not the be all and end all. There are other ways to lose weight, and maybe, like I said, if 300 quid a month is a bit pricey, and let's be honest, but most people in the cost of living crisis, that's a fucking lot of cash.
Yeah.
For 50 quid a month, you can get a good gym membership. Maybe that's the way you take it. I don't know.
And let's be honest, mate, as well, right? So my wife pays more than £50 a month for a gym membership. She's got a really good gym. And in fact, we've had her gym instructor on, Matt, in one of our early episodes. Yeah. That's like a HIIT workout. Really tough workout, 3 times a week. He gives advice around food, and if you follow it, you're almost guaranteed to be healthier and lose weight.
Yeah, I tell you what. Sorry,
that's far more sustainable way to lose weight as well, because like I said, I think the statistic is quite staggering. It's about 95% of people when they come off the jabs put the weight back on.
Yeah.
If you're losing it in that way through diet and exercise, and mate, I'm a hypocrite for saying this, because what I did, if you listen to my story, it's very hypocritical, but being honest, the best way to lose weight is to do it through that approach: diet, exercise, good sleep routine, clean eating, that sort of stuff. But
it goes back to that. I think all the time it's like that's the most sustainable and realistic way. I've started doing my own sort of, well, I haven't got a gym membership at the moment, but friend of the show, Rob Dunn, jiu-jitsu enthusiast, remember him? He came on. He sent me through some home workout routines with a kettlebell, and I've been doing them this month. It's been great fun. And
did he just send them to you?
Me. Sorry?
Did he just like literally send them to you? Like, Mark, you need to do this, fat boy.
Not quite. He's doing his own little sort of promotional thing, and he asked if I'd be interested in getting involved. So I said I would, and so I said to him as well that I'd talk about it on the podcast and share it with him. But and he's just been sort of every Monday, Wednesday, Friday sent me a sort of 3-minute video on WhatsApp. This is today's exercise routine. This is what you need to do. These are the exercises, and I've got stuck into it, and you know what? I've really enjoyed it. I can feel some of the benefits already. I thought to myself, you know what? Beyond it's just for the month of August that he's doing this as a free resource, but beyond August, I think I'll sort of carry on, because I can feel the benefit of it.
Brilliant. No, mate, that's great. Yeah, and you do, didn't you? When I miss it, and I need to, like you, we're both busy people, Mark, and I just need to say to myself, Darren, there's nothing more important in your health. You can earn a bit more money another time, type thing. But I used to go to a place called Unit Fitness, and it was fantastic, and it's the best I've ever felt. It genuinely is. I was running 10Ks, I was strong, and as I now hit my 40s, I feel that muscle mass. Like, I'm losing it. I know I am. I can feel it in my arms when I'm lifting things, when I'm doing work around the house. So, and I'd really like to get back into that, and I keep thinking it, but then not doing it. And I really need to just get back into it. It's a lot of money. It's over £100 a month to join their gym.
Still a third of the price of the.
That's it, mate. Yeah, it is. And ultimately, you know what? With the jab, one of the things that worries me, and the reason I think, again, I've lost quite a lot of muscle mass, is that actually, if you look at what I did to lose weight, I had the surgery, you don't process the food as well. So those proteins that I need to be better putting in more protein, having a high protein diet to avoid that muscle mass. I need to be in the gym. These are things that I should be doing. And I think it's the same issue on the jabs. That's the time to make the changes. That's the time to get in, build that muscle, make sure you don't lose that muscle mass, because we all want to lose weight, but we don't really want to lose the wrong weight either.
Yeah, that's a fair point, isn't it? Definitely, mate. Definitely.
Yeah.
But I think it's an interesting one. It'd be interesting to see what happens from here on in with the sort of popularity of the drug. Like I said, there's a lot of things there's a lot of eventualities that could come of this. Like I said, will demand plummet? I don't think it will. I think those that can afford it will carry on using it and will be successful with it. But then I think maybe if for those it's less affordable, then they will be seeking out alternatives. See that sort of specific diet plans, like, I don't know, Cambridge or Slimming World. Or sadly, I think there might be some people that just fall foul of it and end up putting the weight back on, which is terribly sad. But again, there's lots of options out there, guys. And so if this one's just become a bit out of reach, don't give up. There are other options out there. Again, both of us have proven that you can still lose the weight. It doesn't have to be the skinny jab, so to speak.
Yeah, and look at Wegovy, look at other options. Definitely, mate. I totally agree. But yeah, mate, that's it for this short, sharp episode. It's been good. I like jumping on when things happen. It's really it's quite nice to keep up to date with things, isn't it?
Yeah, probably need to do more of it, I think, mate. So watch this space. If there's something big, we'll be on it to chat about it, I'm sure.
Definitely. And the other thing I'd like to do is say, if you're still listening, then what do you want us to talk about? What part of your weight loss journey have we not covered? Because it'd be good to hear some feedback. So let me or Mark know. You contact us or leave us a review as well.
Yeah, put it in the reviews. If you've got a discussion topic, the easiest, quickest way to get through to us is put it in the reviews.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, till next week then, Mark. Have a good one, mate, and Have a good one to everyone listening. Happy bank holiday, and we will see you very soon.